As Celtic refused to open their war chest, the fans were fuming and they voiced their disappointment towards Brendan Rodgers and the Celtic board. And Brendan Rodgers has hit them with a response. Welcome back to Fog Football. It's a beautiful day, to quote you too. But yeah, it's the 30th of January 2024. There's some midweek action tonight with two games on the telly. Finally, those games are finally now getting up to speed and up to Billy, man. Dundee are not going to be 27 games behind. There'll be one closer at the end of the day. But here we're talking about Brendan Rodgers essentially calling out the Celtic fans. And is he right? Is he wrong? Well, let's dive into the comments before we get any verdict on the matter. Because, of course, the game against Ross County was really bad. I watched it myself. I'm not a Celtic fan, so I'm glad it was bad. And to be honest, they were a decent bit of finishing away for Jordan White or Sims for easily dropping points in that game. And like, you look at the league as it stands right now, and Ross County at home, that's one of the easiest games you can get, man. Ross County are sinking. It may not look like they're sinking, but I think they're sinking. Of course, you've got Derek Adams essentially putting a target on his back because he's called the league bad. He's called the league really bad. Says it's League 2 standard. Well, I say League 2 standard. He's saying it's 100 times worse than League 2 standard. But of course, Rangers did close the gap to 2 points with a half-12 kick-off in Paisley. But with another fellow 1-0 win, they closed it to 2. But then Celtic closed it back to 5. But yeah, fans were booing. There was absolute discontent around Paradise, and Rodgers insists he is used to the flack, and he said, and I quote, "I have had it that," negative fan reaction, "since I have been here. If it's not the result, it's me. If it's not me, it's the board. All we can do as a team is win games and try to improve and develop, which is what the team has done." End of quote there from Brendan Rodgers before we get into the rest of it. So, I think Celtic fans, I know they're very entitled. We've got some people floating up super scoreboards saying they won't be back. They're going to throw their season ticket in the water, in the Clyde, whatever. Right, I get it. Seeing you're used to success over a period of years, you want to hold on to it. Absolutely. I mean, see when Rangers threw the keys away to a bunch of titles in the row by just not backing Gerrard, and yeah, you know what, even if they backed Gerrard, he probably still would have left to go to Villa, right? But the point is, Rangers won 55 and they didn't get backed. They did not get backed. The team didn't get backed, regardless who you look at. Now, yeah, in January, did they try and make some big money loan signings? They did with Diallo and Aaron Ramsey. And Rangers were so close to Europa League glory, but the reality is they didn't win it. But I didn't hear any Rangers fans throwing their toys at the pram to this degree, man. I think it's embarrassing to come out and say something like that. No, we have seen some great clubs over the years, right? Across the world, across the globe, that have been dragged into the dirt with their board. You know, we're talking administration, we're talking ceasing to exist. And for Celtic fans to cry so bad about this, I think it's honestly it's distasteful, and it's bogging. That's what it's leaving me a bit speechless here to actually cry so much about it. I get it, right? It would be great from a Celtic fan's perspective if they went into their war chest. Now here, we can look at the reasons why they're not spending it, right? And be like, A to the B to the C to the D. But the reality is they're not spending it, regardless of what reason you put to the answer. They're not spending it. So, should they be spending money? Yeah, but Celtic feel like they can just get through this window, maybe bring in the odd loan here at the end, because that's what the rumours are, and get the job done, and still hopefully potentially win the league. Like, we are honestly, with the outrage from Celtic fans, you would be led to believe that Celtic are sitting like 2 points above the relegation zone and Rangers have already won the league. When the reality is, at worst case scenario, they're 2 points clear if Rangers win their game in hand against Ross County, which obviously on New Valentine's Day, St. Valentine's Day, that is going to happen. St. Valentine's Day Massacre, 1999. Big Show versus Stone Cold Steve Austin in a steel cage match. Two bald men. Although Big Show wasn't quite as bald back then. He wasn't even bald. He had a big mop of hair. Well, it's the Brenda Show. It's coming down. And Jericho. But Brendan Rodgers said, the team and staff work hard every day, so we are very much together, and that is how we continue to be. If it falls below the expectation, then we will do everything we can to be better. Now here, I'm not denying I thought Celtic had won the league. After that game in September where Rangers lost to Aberdeen under Beale, this final game, I thought it was done. Honestly, but Clement has dragged us back into it. But I'm not going to pretend that Celtic haven't helped us as well. They've dropped points, with draws, and 2 defeats, obviously, in the league against Kelly and Hearts. And yeah, they've left the door open, absolutely. But I mean, you'd be led to believe that this Celtic squad is horrendous. I think both squads are average between the Old Firm, and they both need strengthening. So I'm not saying Celtic fans are ridiculous for calling out the board that they need signings, but like I said earlier, it's not like they're in a relegation battle. It's not like they're second, 25 points behind Rangers. I mean, they're top of the league, all right? So yeah, maybe they're seeing the writing on the wall. Maybe they think, I've seen comments over Twitter that the board, Dermot Desmond, etc., are actually handing Rangers a treble. If that's the case, I welcome it. And I, for one, welcome the chase. But anyway, till next time, that's it for Fog Football. Enjoy your beautiful Tuesday, but until then, peace.